It's the treatment of asthma.
There's a disease running out of control in the Western world today. In the UK alone, it affects more than 3 million people. It's getting worse, and no one seems to know why. Recently, an apparently bizarre new treatment called the Botticello method has arrived in Britain. Its proponents claim that asthma is caused by over-breathing. So the answer is simple. You improve your asthma by learning to breathe less. In this programme, we'll be putting Botticello to the test. Sasha Stalmatsky has come to Britain from Russia to prove it can be done. His experience with asthma sufferers over the years leads him to make some extraordinary claims.
I can teach you how to stay away from hospitals forever. You see? You see?
The Botticello method was developed in Russia by a leading physiologist, Professor Konstantin Botticello. After initial skepticism, the technique's been used extensively there for the last 15 years. Is Professor Bill McNee, a specialist in respiratory medicine here at Edinburgh's Royal Infirmary. He's sceptical, but prepared to ask some of his most severe asthma patients if they'd like to try it out. One in particular needs help.
Well, she's one of the asthmatics who's extremely well known to all of the consultants in their ward because she has recurrent admissions into hospital and often severe worsening of her condition which causes her to come into hospital. So she's amongst the most severe of our asthmatic population.
Virtually crippled by her disease and unable to work for the last 8 years, she's at the end of the road of conventional medicine.
Well, I do have a lot of hospital admissions. From March alone this year, I've been in 6 times, but I do take an awful lot of medication.
This medication rules Donna Gowrie's life. Her daily drug intake is immense, and she worries about side effects. The second patient was self-employed plumber.
He's a patient who has chronic asthma, and by that we probably mean he has chronic inflammation in his air tubes and has had a lot of difficulty over the last few months trying to control his asthma.
The last 3-4 weeks at work, I've been getting out of the car, walking 10, 20 yards, and really being breathless, coughing, you know, and spitting up phlegm and that.
Campbell agreed to undergo a course of Botticello training, although Bill McNee made it clear he wasn't expecting much. Our test will take place at this Edinburgh hotel. The task is to make our patients significantly better in just 5 days. As the cameras home in for the first session, Sasha Stalmatsky is having a last chat with his mentor in Russia, Professor Botticello.
What Professor Botticello discovered, that he discovered the main cause of asthma, which is overbreathing or hyperventilation.
It all looks rather strange, but it does have a scientific rationale. Every time we breathe out, we blow off carbon dioxide. But carbon dioxide is not just a waste gas. We need a certain level of it in our blood for healthy living. Chronic overbreathing or hyperventilation leads to excessive loss of carbon dioxide, and that can bring a number of problems, including, the Botticello people say, asthma. The narrowing of the bronchial tubes, which occurs during an asthma attack and which causes wheezing and a feeling of breathlessness, is, they say, the body's attempts to stop you blowing off essential carbon dioxide. If you stop hyperventilating, carbon dioxide levels will rise and the bronchi re-expand naturally.
You see, the idea is when you hold your breath, you increase carbon dioxide, right? Because you don't lose it. Carbon dioxide opens your airways and brings more oxygen in. That's what you should know.
We've just got to try and see what the breathing does, but personally I can't see breathing this way is going to stop an asthma attack.
9:50 a.m, Friday the 19th of December. The patients are starting to arrive for the final day of the course. A different person, I can't believe it. Eyes are spotted. Are you not coughing as much at home?
Did we cough during the night?
There must be something in it, yeah. Because it's working on us. Working on me and Donna and the young girl as well, you know, Alexa. The improvement's been just been phenomenal.
I've not used any medications yet. I've cut down on everything. I've not used anything. And I feel I don't wheeze any. At the moment, I'm not wheezing.
I think the point is that they seem to feel they're better. And I suppose I have to have an explanation as to why they might be better. And I still have the original explanation that perhaps we are underestimating the number of asthmatics who do overbreathe chronically. And perhaps Donna is one of these. It would be exciting to know that you can improve patients' symptoms. I think that would be a very good thing and would be some news. I still have difficulty with the extension beyond that point of saying that this is the cause of asthma.
The only scientific trial that has been conducted outside Russia was done here in Brisbane, Australia in 1994. Out of 2 matched groups of asthmatics, one took part in a Boteko course, the other had conventional breathing exercises under medical supervision. If lung capacity measurements were disappointing, other figures were not. After 3 months, the Boteko group showed a 90% reduction in the use of bronchodilator drugs and a 49% reduction in steroids, compared with 0 progress in the non-Boteko group. It's now 3 months since the course, and Alexis comes along to give her verdict. With her, surprisingly, is her mother.
Absolutely, because she doesn't take anything. And I would not believe that possible. I would have said that that was ridiculous.
And you sustain this how? Just by doing exercises?
Yeah, and I think it helped more closing my mouth at night, because I used to wake up every night coughing and wheezing, but I don't do that anymore either.
It's still very early days, but for a child who has been relying on drugs since she was 1 or 2 years old, to now be off them completely is a giant leap forward.
Campbell Stewart found the daily breathing exercises hard going, but worth it.
They've been really good for the last 3 months. It's a good 50 to 60% better.
Been a lot better. Definitely a lot better. Big difference. Everybody, my whole family, see a big difference in me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Alexis has joined a synchronised swimming class. Donna has booked her first holiday in years. And Campbell is finally able to pursue an old dream.